Hey everybody, welcome to English 2530. I'm glad you're joining in the semester, in the class this semester, and I look forward to working with you. Right now, I'm actually sitting at AUM, and I took my mask off in order to film this video. I think everybody's okay with it because it's a Saturday afternoon and literally no one else is here. But that does bring up a good point, and it's a good way to start off the semester, recognizing that with the resurgence of cases in the COVID pandemic, we've got a lot going on right now. And I know that while the online format of the class allows you to work from anywhere, I recognize that this is a difficult season and a difficult situation for a lot of people. So one of the things I want to communicate to you from the outset is I am here to work with you to get through these materials in this class. Any sort of scheduling changes for whatever reason, including COVID, let me know as soon as you can and we can work through them. The best way to get in touch with me, cmoody@aum.edu. Now, my name is Jeff Moody, so that's a little bit confusing, but first name is Charles, and that's why I ended up with that email address. All of you who go by your middle names, know what that's like, and sorry. Just commiserate with you on that. Also, you can rest in the fact that I did the same thing with my son, and we call him by his middle name, and so he's got to deal with the same situation. So, just a little bit about me. Again, my name is Jeff Moody. I am from Montgomery originally. I've got my undergrad and master's here at AUM, and I got my PhD in English literature from University of Tennessee in Knoxville. I actually work in outside of the university at a small business here in town called MMI Outdoor. Work over their operations side, but I enjoy the opportunities to come back and teach English literature whenever I can. My research and my writing mostly focused in the Renaissance, the late Renaissance, really around the time of Shakespeare. So more late Elizabethan than late Renaissance, but those dates will move around, as you will see as we look through some of the materials this semester. So I wanted this video to serve as an introduction to me and an introduction to the way the class is structured and formatted. And I recognize that I sent you all an email on Saturday that had some old dates in there. I apologize for that. I'm working through trying to get everything set up, and sometimes I click send a little too early. So forgive me for that, and we'll start on a fresh slate here and now. One of the things to keep in mind is I believe heavily in revision, which means that I don't expect in a lot of cases, especially for the smaller assignments, that you'll get it exactly right the first time, right? That you'll automatically walk in and be this amazing writer. That typically is not how this stuff works. It doesn't work for me that way. And what I view writing as is a growing process throughout the semester. So you'll notice that for this week and for next week, the first writing assignments are small. They are inclined, and they were worth less points or fewer points, because the goal there is to make sure that you understand the format and understand the different ways that the discussion board is working, and to give you a chance to play in there to figure it out. And I expect that you'll grow as a writer as the semester goes on. So in terms of revision, I will give you an opportunity to revise at least 2 of the assignments throughout the semester, perhaps more, but also I will work with you on any sort of questions you have if you're working on drafts or things like that. Writing often operates as a way to figure out your ideas and then work to clean it up. Or I've heard it said in a lot of different ways. One of the ones I like is writing is a mess. Writing is a mess. It's making a mess and then cleaning it up in the editing process. And so we're going to work on that this semester. So view these assignments as an opportunity to grow as a writer. There are definite things that we have to grade on. This is school. But I think you'll see this as a much more of engaging process if you think about writing as exploration rather than writing more like a test. And that applies even in writing your exams. You'll have a midterm and a final exam where you will have a format, but you have a week long to work on it. And I think you'll see that as a part of this overall writing process. So as you go through this week, I want you to go to the Blackboard site, and you'll always land on the For This Week section. And that section explains to you everything that you need for that week. And you can literally just click through the links in order, and that will give you and complete the things, and that will give you everything you need to complete the assignments for that week. It's structured to be really easy to access. The work that we do in this class is I won't call it easy because it's not. You're engaging with text, some of them that are difficult to understand because of their language barrier, because they're several hundred years old, and some of these assignments are asking you to engage deeply. But I don't want the online format to be a thing that causes any difficulty. That should be the easiest thing in the world. So if you're missing anything or something doesn't make sense, please email me and say, hey, I'm not grasping where I'm supposed to go here, and I can point you in the right direction. But the main thing to think about is when you go to our page, you'll see for this week, and in each week, click through those links, you'll have everything that you need. So for this week, you're going to first start with taking a look at the syllabus, which is posted there. And then the syllabus is like a contract between me and you. This is what I expect from you. Here's what you can expect from me. And it lays out all of the way that the class is going to be structured. Take a look at it and make sure you read through and understand what is going on there. That will help you out in a great deal. If you have questions, to go ahead and email them to me now. But I think it's a pretty understandable document, and you won't have any problems with it. But if for some reason something's not clear, that is probably not on you. It could be on me, and I can help you figure it out. The next thing that you're going to be doing is completing the first discussion board post. So you'll see the link there that says discussion. Click on it and it'll ask for a brief introduction about you. So you'll click on the create thread and just answer those 4 quick questions, and that's your first assignment. And you'll get credit for that assignment as you complete it. And that also introduces you to the grading format, where you'll hear back from me and where you need to go to view your grades, all things involved with that. Next, you'll see after that a link to a lecture video where I introduce Old English culture and Old English poetry that we're going to be focusing on for this week and next week, and the religious poems that come out of this time. And starting with Cadman's hymn, and as a part of Bede's overall ecclesiastical history. And you'll have more information about that in the video, and in the next link, the weeks 1 and 2 reading notes document. And that you'll get that reading notes document in addition to one of these introduction videos each week. There will often be lecture videos a couple of times, like if there's a longer documentary, I don't do a lecture video as well because I don't want to overload the inbox and what I'm asking you to view each week. And so in those lecture notes, you'll see information about the text, and most of the discussion board questions come out, or at least those same, or follow those same themes from the lecture notes. So you'll be fine to read through the lecture notes, read through the text, and then complete the discussion board posts. So you'll see they're also listed in the for this week section the pages you're supposed to read, which is 1 through 39, which is a bigger section in the textbook, which is the Broadman anthology, and it gives you a lot of the Broadview anthology. Broadman's another publisher, but it gives you all the information you need to about the medieval period, what all's going on there, from the origins of the English language, as you've got a lot of different influences there. It's a really fascinating period. And then you'll also read on pages 40 through 55 the section from Bede's Ecclesiastical History, which includes Cadman's hymn, the first poem written in the English language, which is a really fascinating thing. So when you finish all of that by Friday, August 20th, you're going to complete the second discussion board post. Now, this post is designed to just get you used to quoting from a text and responding to it. So it's literally just find a quote that you think is interesting and then discuss it based on what the discussion prompt says. And so you'll always see the prompts in the for this week section as you're looking. So I'll read to you, or at least summarize for you, the discussion prompt. You're going to quote from either Bede's history or Cadman's hymn, a line that you find particularly interesting or insightful, and then put the quote into your post, and then explain why you think it's important for our understanding of either the text or this time period. And you'll be equipped to do that because of all the things that you've read up until that point. So I know this is the first week, and we're kind of throwing a lot at you at one time. I promise you, you will be able to get into the rhythm to where this actually makes a lot of sense. And if you can click through these smaller assignments this week and next week, what you'll see is by the time we get to week 3, you will be really on a good rhythm. And as those discussion board assignments grow longer and more consequential in terms of points, you'll be much more set up to achieve your best in those assignments. So I want to close this video by reiterating the idea that I'm here to support you as you learn through these texts. I love these texts. I love the opportunity to get to teach them because they are fascinating. They filled up all of my research as an undergrad, graduate, master's student, and PhD student. But please also hear from me that that's my opinion and my perspective is one of many. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your thoughts, not just my thoughts repeated back to me. I want to see how you engage with these different texts and understand them and think through them and wrestle with them. So you might disagree with me, and I'm happy for you to disagree with me. I want to hear what you have to say because I'm not grading you on whether or not I agree with what you have to say. I'm grading you on how well you produce a document of writing. That's the criteria for grading. So I look forward to working with you this semester. Please email me if you have any questions or concerns, cmoody@aum.edu. You'll see in the syllabus I've arranged for some specific office hour times that you can use to get in touch with me at any time you need. And those things, I just have my computer up. I'm ready to send emails back to you as soon as I receive them. I'm available by Zoom if you want to set up a face-to-face meeting. I can also come to the campus pretty easily and set up here. I'm in the Liberal Arts Building now, but we can meet at the library or Taylor Center or whatever works best for you. I work fairly close to here. So that's all for this first week. I think I'm giving you enough. Please do email me with any questions or concerns. I look forward to working with you. Take care.